Hello guys, I've got a DCS video for you today. I'm going to be doing a campaign generated by DCS Liberation. I will link the website for that below. If you guys enjoy the video, make sure to let me know with a comment or a thumbs up and I will be sure to make more. Also, I will be flying the Ka-50, so in this scenario we're going to pretend that the US has a handful of captured Ka-50s. Too bad the Apache isn't out yet. Alright, enjoy. The date is January 1st, 1995. The United States has just kicked off an offensive against Russia in the Caucasus region. Today I will be flying west in a Ka-50 in order to provide close air support to fellow ground units on the front lines. Once my weapons have been expended, I will return back to base. As it stands, we have aircraft superiority, however we lack in ground unit superiority. Let's try to fix that. With all the systems checked, we are ready for takeoff. I come equipped with Vickers air-to-ground missiles, rockets, and of course my cannon. I expect to be met by enemy infantry and tanks at the front lines. After a 10-minute flight, I finally made it to the front lines. While searching around with the Shkval, I managed to pick up a line of enemy vehicles. The Shkval is pretty nifty for these night missions. I need to move in a bit closer to launch my Vickers missiles, and by the time I do, all but one vehicle has been destroyed by friendly ground forces. Because I am flying at night, I won't be able to get a solid lock with the Shkval. I'll need to manually guide the missiles in. After searching around a little longer, I managed to spot an infantry group. We'll use the cannons to take care of these guys. That's the last of them. I'll have to move further south now. Upon moving further south, I find the convoy I was looking for. They are a little further out, so I won't have the help from friendly ground units like I did before. I got focused in on getting a Vicar off and failed to realize I had moved in close to the convoy. I was shot up a little bit, but everything seems to be okay. I'll have to turn around for another pass.
Warning. Warning. Under attack. Warning. Under attack. Warning. Under attack. Warning. Under attack.
I underestimated the range of the enemy vehicles and once again got shot to shit. I can feel the damage this time for sure.
Warning. Under attack. Warning. Under attack.
I'm not sure if those Strelka missiles are for me or not. Luckily, none of them managed to connect. The damage most certainly seems significant as I am losing power. I'll have to put the bird down and assess the damage. It seems as if engine number 1 is the cause of our problems. Temperature is slightly lower than engine number 2. RPM seems to be holding steady though, which is odd. I best get moving. I know I didn't make it too far away from that convoy. I sure don't want them catching up to me. Well, this is a bit of an issue. I no longer have the lift to sustain flight. The convoy is getting closer and closer. I'll have to make a second attempt. Now engine number 1 has died completely. I'll have to get my lights off. We're definitely going to be here for a minute. I'll lower the throttle down to idle and attempt to restart engine number 1.
Watch ekran.
Well, she fired right up, surprisingly. One thing I need to do is jettison my stores to try to shed some of this weight. I don't want to strain the engines too bad on the way back to base.
Watch экран.
I re-engage my lights and have a successful takeoff. I really didn't expect it to be going this well. Maybe my engine will actually hold out long enough for me to RTB. Well, shit. There it goes again. Fuck it. I'm gonna take it as far as possible before I set it down again for another restart.
Watch экран. Watch экран. Watch экран. Watch экран.
After a second restart and yet another engine failure on takeoff, I think I'm gonna have to baby it a little more. I definitely gave it way too much collective there and killed the engine again. To no one's surprise, engine number 1 dies once again. I think things are holding up good enough for me to make it back to base on one engine. It'll be slow, but I've shed enough fuel at this point to keep things pretty light. There's the FOB. We just have to have a safe landing now. I was actually pretty nervous to set it down as I know the landing gears were damaged from a few hard hits, so I most certainly had to be gentle with this one. After a safe landing, it is time to assess the damage. Unfortunately, the picture taken is not the greatest due to it being dark. However, you can see that the damage was sustained to both engines, with the left engine having heavier damage. It's a wonder we actually made it back to base. Looking at the mission status, we managed to do a decent job of thinning both enemy air and ground units. In the final report, we see that blue losses were mild for the most part except for F-15 losses, while red sustained heavy casualties in the air. Those fulcrums sure aren't cheap. I would have liked to have contributed more to ground unit destruction, however I learned a few things from this mission. I need to be more conscious of my positioning when engaging targets, and also need to swing out a little further and keep my distance upon re-engaging that target. Overall, we didn't lose the bird and we managed to take out some ground targets, so I would call this mission a mild success. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please sure to let me know so I can make more of this format. I'll catch you next time.